Welcome to Your Feature Presentation, the podcast where we bring you the latest and greatest movies in pop culture. Today we're talking about Avengers Doomsday, Mickey 17, Electric State, Daredevil. Anything else I missed?
Our opinions on the cast of Doomsday. Oof.
All good stuff. All coming at you. So here we go.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Why don't we just wait here for a little while?
Do you want to know what it is?
There's no knowing where you might be swept off to.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Shepherds we shall be, for thee, my Lord, for thee.
I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
There's a special rug in hell reserved for people who waste good scotch.
He peed on my rug.
He peed on the dude's rug.
Do your worst.
Final report. The commercial starship Nostromo.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Let's start with some movie news. So the Odyssey has officially started shooting. We're getting behind the scenes photos. We're getting set pieces. There's a photo of Troy being like attacked and it's on fire and all these practical effects. It's so cool. I was thinking about, this feels to me like if the internet had been around as much as it is right now during the Fellowship of the Ring. I think that this is what it feels like. It's like
Absolutely.
big sets, epic things, and we're like seeing it in real time. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, people are like leaking costume pictures, and there's like live. This is the weirdest part for me, that there's like live critiques of the costumes and the helmets by historians. They're like, man, I was really hoping that like Christopher Nolan would give us an accurate, I think it's Bronze Age, depiction of this like military garb, and they just look so dumb. Like, they look silly, and I'm glad he's not doing it, because there's like big horns and feathers, and it's like, it's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like, it's a movie. Make it look cool.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like, the picture of Matt Damon that's been released doesn't look quite accurate to me. Like, I thought that. I was like, I don't think that's that era, but it looks amazing. So, like, let it look amazing. It looks cool. I'm good with it, you know?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. There's a Cyclops in the movie, so
yeah,
there's obviously some suspension of historical realism.
Yeah. And it's not Jack Black, as we've joked about.
Should been.
I don't know I don't even know where that joke came from, but the idea that like the Cyclops would be Jack Black, it's just, It cracks me up. But go see the Minecraft movie if you want to see Jack Black.
Shout out to the Minecraft movie.
Shout out to the Minecraft movie. So neither of us have seen the Minecraft movie, but it did crack me up that Jack Black in an interview was like, this is what the world needs right now. And like, he was like joking, but also like kind of serious, and like, hey, he saved the world with peaches before, so maybe it'll be good.
True.
We'll see. So some movies that I'm really excited about, kind of we want to talk about next, there's nothing really in April that really stood out to me, but we've got the Thunderbolts movie coming out May 2nd, and then Final Destination May 16th, and Lilo and Stitch May 23rd, and the same day is Mission Impossible. So like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good May, I think.
Yeah.
Now your hesitancy seemed like you weren't into it.
The Mission Impossible, not so much.
Yeah.
I've missed the last. How many Mission Impossibles are there? I've missed the last few.
7?
I think so. There's not as many. Mission Impossibles as there are Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
I know
That's true. Yeah. What are they up to? 11 or something like that?
I think so. Yeah.
But what do you think of the rest of those movies? Are you excited for I know you're excited for Lilo and Stitch, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's like a love-hate relationship, because the Lilo and Stitch movie will be more or less a shot-for-shot live-action remake. And so it feels like they are telling me, hey, what's important is that you come spend money. And all that we care about is like, not that you get a new thing or something that is like creative and inventive, but just that you give us some money. Does it make sense? Like, if it just feels like a cash grab, but I know that, so I'm gonna go see it anyway. But it's just weird. So it's kind of love-hate. Like,
Yeah.
Of all of the live action things they could do, I'm glad that they're doing Lilo and Stitch. But
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe it's just an era thing for me too, because I feel like sometimes when they're like Lion King live action, like the original Lion King is perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I showed it to my daughter, and she was like, loved it so much. There's only been a couple movies that she's watched that she asks right away to watch it again. She's like, "Can we watch that again?" And she's like, "I was like, right now you want to watch that again?" I'm like, "No, because I'm a good parent. We have limited screen time." But that's really cool that you asked that. I appreciate that. But I think so. It frustrated me, like, hey, live action Lion King, and now they're going to do a prequel Lion King. I'm just like, they're just not as good, and I just don't care as much. Lilo and Stitch does get me more excited, but you're right. It's still in that same train of it's just another live action. I hope it's good, because that's the thing with our podcast. We don't want bad movies. Like, please give us good movies. Like, I would love that. Sure. I don't understand why people root for bad movies. Like, it does
what do
feel
you mean by that, like root for bad movies.
Well, I feel like they want it to be bad.
Oh, yes.
You know, like Snow White. I won't see it. It didn't look good to me. But I don't understand when people are like, we're so excited to review this poorly.
Yes. And I'm excited to see it flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think there's a big difference between us reviewing, not even reviewing, reading funny comments about the movie.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that and us making a whole, like, series based around like, hey, this movie is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened to us.
Yeah. And to me, I'm like, it's fun to talk about, especially in the lead up. Like, I love that. It's like, I appreciate when people talk about it for sure. And we did some stuff on it, but it's just also, it's like, why are we continuing? It's like, okay, it came out, it got bad reviews. Let's move on, you know?
Yeah.
But
time to go.
Speaking of reviews, I have a comment that we got on one of our reels that I want to read to you because
great.
It cracked me up. And I feel like this is a lot of people. So I'm talking to the Star Wars fans, which me and you are both a part. So that it was on one of our reels from, I think it was, I don't even remember what it was about. It might have been Andor, but whatever. So the comment was, Disney ruined Star Wars. No one cares. And we love people talking on our stuff. So if you hate what we have to say, I love it. Like, if you love it, cool. Like,
you tell me.
Comment, like, share, hate, debate, whatever. We love the interaction. I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's sad when it comes to Andor, because we just talked about this with the doodads. Like, please try Andor. If you haven't given any Star Wars a shot, or if you checked out after The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, like, if any of this stuff early on or anything has made you like, I'm done, or you haven't given anything a try, like, give Andor a try, because it's really good TV. It's not good Star Wars. It's really good TV.
It doesn't, this is what I tell people, Andor doesn't even have to be an on-ramp for Star Wars, whether you've never entered or you exited. You can just watch Andor and see a great show, like watch a great story. And it's just a really, really good sci-fi show. So it's not even like a way for me to get people into Star Wars. It's just me trying to get them to watch a good show, like any other show that's good, you know?
Yeah, it's like pushing Severance. It's just like, oh, Severance season 2 was so good. Just go watch it. Like, it's. I feel like some people, I think Marvel is like this too. It feels like you kind of are trying to like coax people like into the fandom.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come on over my house. We'll show a little Captain America, first Avenger. Then we'll get to the Infinity Saga. It's like, I don't know. It's like, no, just go watch Andor. It's super fun. It's super good. It's well done. Tony Gilroy, I think what we're realizing is just a master craftsman, good storyteller.
Yes, absolutely.
And I love Gareth Edwards. We both are Gareth Edwards fans. But I think you can really see how Rogue One was really helped by him. And I think that's what, I mean, he's made Andor so good. And it's also hilarious that Kathleen Kennedy basically released an interview that was like, oh, and we're parting ways with Tony Gilroy. I'm like, the only good thing in Star Wars.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, just the fact that he was, I don't know if he's kind of chill or if he was just like movie political about it. And he's like, yeah, I've been working with Star Wars for a long time. And like me moving on is not really something I'm like torn up about. It's just what it is. I was like, no, please.
Yeah.
You're the greatest thing that's happened to Star Wars in the last 10 years. Like,
Yeah. I think that's what I heard, at least, that he was like, I mean, I think that's the best filmmakers, is they just want to do new, fun things. Like,
they don't want to get tied down.
you know, I mean, as much as I would have, I say this and I'm almost sad because I'm like, I wish Denis Villeneuve would have given us more Blade Runner movies, but then we would have never gotten Dune, you know?
It's true. And would it muddy the waters of Blade Runner 2049? Like,
right.
Would that movie be less sweet because we just demanded more story?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you hear that they're making a 2099?
What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, who's making it?
Not him. That's all I saw. So
Bummer.
I scrolled on.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Take that with a grain of salt, everyone listening, because I have not
Okay.
researched that at all. So, but yeah, so I think
I don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it. I just saw that and I saw he wasn't involved, and so I was like, moving on. I think, yeah, Andor, just give it a try. That's all I have to say about that.
I agree.
So next I want to talk about another show. So speaking of people that they're the creatives that are leaving, real quick. So we haven't talked about it yet, but Kathleen Kennedy, the story came out that she was going to retire this year. And then a story came out that she's not retiring, but it kind of left it open-ended. So no one really knows what's going on. So it could be either way. She might retire this year. She might not. But with all the money that Star Wars has lost and all the stuff that's not going forward, I'm shocked that she's still there, to be honest, even if, you know, I think Kathleen Kennedy is so harsh because I think there's a lot of people that will say Kathleen Kennedy killed Star Wars and stuff. I just don't think she is a great creative director, in my opinion. She's not a Kevin Feige, but she is an amazing producer. Like,
Yeah.
Like we joked about that way at the beginning of the show, but I have several posters like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Back to the Future, and Kathleen Kennedy's name is on all of those posters. Like, she has had a hand in some movies that you and I love, and classic, well done movies. So it's always like, I just don't know if this was the position for her, you know, what they're trying to do. But anyway, so.
And maybe she's just pivoting, you know, like
Right.
she could be moving to something else and not necessarily stepping down from the Star Wars like area, like creative space, or she's pulling a Joe Biden and she's like, I'll never leave until everyone ousts her, and then she's like, I meant to leave this whole time. Just kidding.
What a weird time in history. Yeah, I remember. Like, wasn't it like, it was like within a week, Joe Biden was like, only God himself will take me out of this race. And then it's like, actually, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
Have you heard the theory? That he's a double? Like, that he was replaced?
Like a clone?
Yeah. Because there's like, he's taller than he used to be. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I wish I was taller than I used to be.
Yeah. I wish I was shorter.
No.
It's tough. Sometimes ceilings will hit that. It's tough.
I can't imagine.
So jumping over to another side is I wanted to talk about the Wheel of Time adaptation.
Sure.
So have you read any of the Wheel of Time or seen any of this show?
I've not watched or read the Wheel of Time at all. It's a behemoth to me.
It's a mega.
I'm scared.
It's big. So I'll say this. I'm going to do some spoiler free thoughts on the show and books. The show is at season 3 and it's amazing. I love the TV show. It's freaking cool. It looks awesome. Well acted. I love it. Like, season 3, I think they've stepped up huge bounds from even season 1 and 2. Now, it is a terrible adaptation. It straight up sucks. Like,
really?
I hate it as an adaptation. So it's one of these weird points where, to me, the show is so different than the books that it's like you kind of have to ignore
Completely
that.
different property.
Right.
It's not even close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's weird, but I'm like, I had to come to that realization because I stopped watching it. I refused to watch it. And then I was like, it's getting really good reviews. And it's one of those things too, where you can be like, I love this book so much. And I just want to see this location in real life or like on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how cool is that? Like the people who like, when you watch Lord of the Rings, like that's the Shire. That's the first time you get to see the Shire, you know? But they've changed a lot of characters and what happens to specific characters. It's very, they've really sexualized a lot of stuff. And in the books, it was either non-existent or kind of hinted at.
Yeah, like Fade to Black.
Yeah. And so they've changed a lot of like sexual orientation, if we're going to be honest.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't in the book. And to me, it's just like, I don't like those changes when it's like, but they're not supposed to end up with that person. Doesn't that change their character? You know, or maybe it doesn't, but we'll see, you know. There's stuff that they changed. This was really funny because I was watching it with my father-in-law on vacation. And I was like, I was really upset at this one scene where one of the characters was supposed to have this duel with this other like guy, and it was like a really cool scene. It was really big for his development because it was basically showing like, you're a swordsman, but I have a bow staff, and sometimes the bow staff can, like the shepherd with a bow staff can beat the swordsman, because it was a really cool, like, you know, metaphorical part, whatever.
Sure.
And he walks up to the training ground. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Me with the book. I'm like, here we go. It's coming. And he goes, I'm going to bed. And he leaves. So they cut that whole scene. So I was really upset about it. So I told my father-in-law about it.
That sucks.
And he's like, that's crazy. Cause like, I love the show, but I'm going in without reading the books. So I'm just consuming it. You know, it's like, he doesn't care that guy didn't have a duel right there. He's just like, he's taking it as is. So I think that's a good way to do it. Well, however, later on in the episode, they basically do that scene again, and he does fight that time.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like, for me, I'm like, these characters that I love so much, like, don't change them. Like, don't, you know, but it's like, okay, if they're changing things around, maybe it's out of sequence now. It's just, I don't know. So I have such a weird relationship with it because I'm like, if I can watch it just as a TV show, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing show. As a book fan, it hurts my heart a lot because I'm like, but no, Matt's supposed to get a special spear. And so he goes through there, but now he's over here and he can't do that. 'Cause you know, so it's just like this whole mess, you know,
you describing that to me, I feel like is close. You can tell me if this is close.
Yeah.
To if we got like I think a Words of Radiance movie, like Way of Kings and then a Words of Radiance, and Kaladin walks up to a dueling ground and says, "Honor's dead. I'm gonna go to bed."
Yeah.
Like, and doesn't give you that, like, say it, do it. No, like, that is so infuriating to me as a book reader. However, as a, like, film lover, TV show lover, whatever, I might be interested in watching the show. Do you think that it would be ruined if I watched the show? Could I not go read the books and enjoy them as much?
That's hard to say, but I would say just go for the show because I think you're going to enjoy it. It's coming out right now. And if you like that world, I think you could go into the books being like, there's more of this.
Yeah, and it sounds slightly different. I mean, I guess I watched all of Game of Thrones and then I read all the books, and that was still really fun. So
right. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my thoughts on Wheel of Time. I just needed to talk about it. I needed a shoulder to cry on, if you will.
Thanks for getting that out.
Yeah, of course. And I think to me, it's just, you have to go in new. You kind of have to go in fresh. Like, you kind of have to go in reborn. Or might I say, born again.
Dare you?
Dare I? Daredevil. Let's talk about it. Dare I? You devil.
You devil.
So as of recording this, Daredevil Born Again, we have not seen the finale yet, but both of us are a few episodes in. I'm a lot further than Andrew, but that's okay. I just kind of wanted to give some initial thoughts about this. So what did you think compared to the original Netflix Charlie Cox series?
Whoa. So, compared to the original, this one is definitely... this one relies more on the tools of VFX CGI, like character replacements for cool shots, more than the first one did. And obviously that's a budget thing. They've got more money, and it's a technology thing. Some of the techniques that they are able to use for like the oneer in, I don't want to do any spoilers, but there's a oneer which the series is famous for, in like the first episode, and they use like body double, like they do body replacements for some of the main characters through the fight scene, and you can kind of tell, but like ultimately it does look fine. I just felt a little bit removed from it. It felt a little rubber, a little plastic, and so that as initial reaction watching the first episode, I was a little bummed that we could go from a lower budget kind of Daredevil, really gritty, down to earth. We can't afford to do like a lot of CGI, so it's just going to be stunt dudes doing everything, where that's so tangible and it's so cool, versus like, yeah, they've got money to do cooler, bigger stuff. But I don't know if I was ready for it, or like, yeah, prepped for that kind of shift. So I don't think it's bad. I think it's just a little bit different. And considering all of the ways that they could have gone, and including the way that they have portrayed Daredevil, like in She-Hulk, I'm so glad that what I've seen of the show is what it is. So far, I'm very
My beautiful
pleased.
boy, what have they done to you?
Yeah,
the walk of shame he does on She-Hulk, it's like, dude, are you trying to make me mad? Like, come on.
Like the most not cool guy you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel really good about it so far. I've seen a handful of episodes. What about you?
Yeah. I love the show. I'm all in. I totally agree with what you said. I think the fighting is a lot less quality than it was, but I think the characters are shining through more, and maybe that's just because this is just a fourth season and we've gotten so much. Man, so I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say that, yeah, the fights, we don't get these awesome one-shot fight scenes anymore. There's a lot of cuts. There's a bit of CG replacement going on. But it's only because it's compared to the other show that it frustrates me, because if this was in any other show, it wouldn't bother me. I just think it's because we've seen what the best can do. It'd be like watching John Wick, and the next John Wick movie, it's all CG replacements. There's a great example of this in Blade 2. Are you familiar with Blade 2?
No, I'm not.
So look up CG warehouse fight after this, Blade 2.
Yeah.
And it's like same thing. It's a lot of this kung fu, stunt doubles, real people. And then all of a sudden they go to this, like, Blade turns on a bunch of lights to fight the vampires. So they have to go on this full like mask thing, so they're not in fake sunlight to fight. And it's just like pulls back and it goes pretty much into like a video game cutscene. Like that's how bad the CG looks.
Like Matrix.
Yeah.
All of the clones.
Yeah. Just like
Mr. Smith or whatever.
Yeah. It just looks ridiculous. But I think Daredevil, this is the minor spoiler I was gonna say, is you can kind of get the vibe from the trailer though, so I think this is okay. We don't see him in the suit for quite a while in this series. So if you haven't seen the show, we get a lot of lawyer Matt, character Matt, trying to find his way. However, this is the only time I think I've watched a movie or a show where the hero is not in their element, not in their suit, and I've loved it this much. I'm like, I can't wait for him to put on the suit, but I love what we're getting. It's just so compelling, and it's like, man, Charlie Cox is so good in this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, he's just driven, and I just really enjoy it. It's really fun.
I totally get that. The feeling of like I'm watching this show or watching this movie, and I just want them to get to the costume so bad. I had that feeling with Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that animated Spider-Man show.
Yeah.
It takes him like 7 episodes to get his Spider-Man costume, and he goes through a bunch of different iterations. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
But every iteration, I just hated its guts. I was like, I don't want this. I don't want that suit. I don't want this suit. I don't want that suit. I want the Spider-Man suit, please. And you get there eventually, but you're so right that what they're doing with Daredevil right now is like, I don't notice that he's not in the suit. I'm along for this journey that I'm actually invested in, and that's just how it goes. Yeah, that's incredible. What a good way to put that, Heath.
Yeah. Well, so I just want to encourage people, like, once again, this is a great show to check out because I think they're doing it really well. And I think we're seeing some Marvel shifting, and I think this is the first thing that we're seeing. I hope we talked about, what was the last TV show that came out? Can't remember. But it was Marvel basically show? Like, yeah. It was
Loki season 2.
Was that it? I just remember talking about, like, so I think Brave New World. It's such, I enjoyed Captain America 4. It's such a dumb name, Brave New World. I'm like, who's that even about? Like, I don't know. Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Civil War. Like, these are like comic book things that are hitting me that I'm like, I know what that is. But that Brave New World, and someone's probably going to be like, that is a comic book, but I don't know that.
Well, technically, that was a run, and
like, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect.
Comics have been around for a long time. Everything is a run. But I think it I don't know. So I think that was the first time, because movies take a lot longer to shoot, and especially in post-production. Kevin Feige has really talked about changing the direction, and I think they know all these shows have failed. These movies are failing, and I think Kevin Feige is good enough creative director that it's like, we're changing course. And I think Daredevil is the start of that. I think we can attribute Captain America 4 to part of the old ways, and I think Daredevil is part of the new way. However, I still really enjoyed, I thought Captain America 4 was fine. Daredevil is what I want from Marvel. Like, this is just the start. Absolutely. Like, that's the kind of stuff I want. I'm hopeful for Thunderbolts. I really hope that gets good.
Dude, the trailer that I watched recently, like a couple weeks ago, so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I did not care about this movie at all. I know the actors are good, whatever, but that's where I was at with everything Marvel. Fantastic Four, I was like, that'll be good when it comes, whatever, but like, I'm not going to watch Thunderbolts. And I watched that trailer, and I was like, oh, is that my ticket getting punched right now? Like, that looks so cool. It looks really, really good. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. The trailer was really cool. And I was about to say spoilers for the trailer, but I think I'm the only one who cares about the spoiling trailers. Heath, here, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to cover my ears. I don't know why I closed my eyes. You see, I closed my eyes. Here, do the what's the 3 monkey thing?
You can tell me what the spoiler is now.
Everybody listening to the pod, plug your nose. I'm going to give a trailer spoiler. So there's a hero called Sentry in the trailer, and he's like this Superman-esque level powerful being, and Thunderbolts are like, oh, he might be bad. We got to take him down. So I think it's going to be exciting. May 2nd.
So
go check it out.
Will this be a good segue into some Avengers Doomsday cast stuff?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, because why, if the antagonist for Thunderbolts is Sentry, why would you say, hey, Lewis Pullman, the guy who plays Sentry, is going to be in the next movie after Thunderbolts? Like, that just seems weird to me. Like, okay, I don't think I was counting on him dying, but he's the antagonist. Like, I don't know. Does that seem weird to you, or am I just making this up?
Oh yeah, 100%. So Marvel Doomsday, it's the next Avengers, or sorry, Avengers Doomsday. That's the next, big Avengers movie coming up. It's so weird because I really like the Critical Drinker, and he talks about how like it seems like it's only a nostalgia pull at this point.
Yes.
Because let's do a little test, Andrew. Who's one of the best director of the Marvel movies? Who did really great?
The Russo brothers.
Yeah, okay, let's have them direct. Who's your favorite MCU character? Who's your favorite actor?
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, we'll have him in it too.
Actually, I really like Patrick Stewart too.
Oh, like those X-Men movies?
Yeah, those.
Oh, like the Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart. Okay, let's get all those X-Men back into the movie as well.
Man, cool.
You know what? I think Fantastic Four is going to be really good too.
I think that's going to be good too.
Put them in there too.
You know who I remember that movie that did really well, Deadpool, had that Cajun guy in there, Channing Tatum. Maybe we could throw him into.
You know what? The internet loves him. Put him in the movie.
Yeah, dude. Okay, full stop. I think that phrase is the whole movie. The internet loves them.
Oh gosh.
The whole cast of Doomsday, except for Paul Rudd. Sorry, Paul Rudd. Everyone, like, you're a funny guy. Everyone loves you, but like every big name that they revealed is just like, we got this from Reddit. Like, I don't. Like Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming hasn't been the Nightcrawler in like 20 years.
Yeah.
He did it one time, and there's another actor that was Nightcrawler for 3 movies.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I love that all those people are in this movie.
Yeah.
And we'll go through a list. We'll do a rundown of the whole list real quick here, but I love that all those people are in this movie. But it is totally like, I know I'm being duped. I 100% know that they're going to get my money, and like this was all a trick just to get me in the theaters. I know this. I know going in. It's like watching wrestling.
No substance.
It's like
like WWE.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you can still enjoy it. It was contrived. Which, speaking of wrestling, someone I think made a great point is what was the actor that was playing the main bad? Kang. He was playing Kang.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. So he had all that stuff come out, and they're like, you're out of the movie. And in wrestling, it's a big rule. When you have to cancel a fight, you have to make whoever replaces them bigger. So they're like, who's bigger? Robert Downey Jr. But he died. Make him the villain. It's just, I hope it's good. The Russo brothers make good movies, which we'll talk about Electric State here in a second. Mostly good movies. But I think it is such a nostalgia grab. It's forcing all these elements together. It's just weird to me because I'm like, I don't know. I think this is Marvel's. It's weird because all the other stuff I've said is like, I feel like they're trying to redo stuff, like, but at the same time, it's like they're getting what worked before, which I'm like, why did you cancel Daredevil? Why did you cancel, all this good stuff that was going well? The Punisher, they're bringing back the Punisher, all this different stuff. But it's just like, but there's nothing new. You're not selling me on any new heroes. Right. You're not selling me on new properties. Like,
this is the tough thing. This has been what's good about Marvel since 2019. We got Endgame, and that was the marrying of every character we've ever cared about in the MCU canon, right? They all come together. They said, holy cow, we are essentially, I don't know if they're the top, but like the top 3, top 5 grossing movie of all time. Mm-hmm. We have to do this type of stuff every single time. 2 years later, Spider-Man No Way Home, 2021. That was the first time I sat down in like a Marvel movie and I went, oh, they're taking advantage of me. I was there for it, and I watched it multiple times because it's Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
But that was the most clear nostalgia grab for Marvel at that point. And since then, the only successful movies have all been multiversal cameo nostalgia grab stuff. Do I go see them? Yes. Deadpool, the last Deadpool movie, nostalgia grab. Like even like cameo city for characters that have never even existed before and just are internet rumors, right? I got that from Reddit. Like, I go see it. I do. I'm not going to say that I don't. However, this train will run out of steam soon.
Yeah.
And when it does, it's going to be a hard fall because you have to pay a lot of money to have all of those nostalgic characters on one film.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a hard crash. You know?
And well, in Infinity War, you could say the same thing. Like, how do you put all this stuff together? But everything was built up so well. Like, we'd had 2 Guardians movies at this point, and when they come on screen in their ship, you know who these people are, you know what you're getting. Like, they even had James Gunn like direct that scene because they wanted it to feel like Guardians. We'd had 2 Thor movies by that point. We've had 2, I think 2, yeah, because Ragnarok
3.
Oh no, 3. You're right, because Ragnarok. We'd had 3 Iron Man movies.
4 Iron Man movies.
4 by Infinity War?
Yeah.
What's the 4th Iron Man movie?
What? Is there
What are
not
you
a 4th
talking
Iron Man movie?
I don't think so. No, it's just 3.
This is the moment. Yeah, there's only 3.
Yeah.
There's not 5 Iron Man movies.
Are we in the same reality? Are you in a different dimension?
Yeah, I am. Multiversal Andrew.
So we've had trilogies of these characters, and like when Cap shows up, when Thor shows up, like when Iron Man shows up, we're like, I know these people, I love them, they're awesome. But then like, well, we will get to this list. I apologize for taking so long with the list. We'll put it in the show notes too, so you can just read along. But it's like a lot of these characters are like, we've seen them in one movie, but a lot of them are like, well, they were a side character in that movie, and now they're just like, it's, you haven't built 5 main heroes through trilogies of movies and had a bunch of fun side characters. Like, it feels like all we got is a bunch of random side characters in this one. It's like, I don't know. And then you're just throwing them all together. So it's just like, I liked Shang-Chi a lot. I think I'm in the minority because I think a lot of people were like meh on Shang-Chi. I love that character though. I love that movie. And it wasn't one of the, I say that and I'm like, it's not one of the greats, but I just like, it was a solid movie. I enjoyed it. Why are you fighting me on this, Andrew? I don't understand why.
I'm literally not saying anything at all. It was
You know
a
what?
terrific movie.
Screw you, man. Get off. I'm leaving. That's it. Where's the exit button on my screen?
Bye.
But I think it's like, but I don't know who Shang-Chi is. I haven't gotten 3 Shang-Chi movies and been so pumped when he shows up. You know what I mean? He's just like, what has he been up to? I don't know.
It's
There's
going to
no
be
setup.
hard because, yeah, there's no setup. There's a lot of characters. This is the last thing I'll say, and we can talk about the cast. There's a lot of characters that are going to show up, and every single one you're going to say, what have you been up to? And you won't get that answer.
Yeah.
You can't. Maybe we don't care about what they've been up to, depending on the character. M'Baku, I don't really care. You're right, like M'Baku. I'm glad Walton's coming back. That's pretty cool. But like other characters, I want to know, why haven't you been around? And I need like a pretty substantive answer. And when Hulk is in a Thor movie as a, whoa, I know you character, we get a good answer for like where he's been.
Yeah.
Right? And we won't get that satisfying answer. So, okay, here's my idea. Instead of reading a list of 27 names, which ones were you most excited? You can pick like on the spot, like 2 or 3 names that made you go, ooh, cool.
I think I'd like to read the list because I did promise people we read the list. So I'll read it.
I hate you. I'm off the pod.
That's it. I'm leaving too.
Okay.
So why don't I read it
got
real
it.
quick, and then you talk about which ones stand out that you're excited for.
The best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. Okay. Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Anthony Mackie as Captain America, all the Fantastic Four actors, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Florence Pugh as, oh shoot, what's her character? That's what I mean. That's my struggle. It's like, what's her hero? Elena, right? Something. Wyatt Russell as the old Captain America. Namor, Shang-Chi, Bucky, Black Panther. And then they're getting a lot of the original X-Men from so like Hank McCoy, played by Kelsey Grammer. You're getting Ian McKellen, Professor X, all those guys. Everyone, pretty much all the main X-Men minus Storm and Wolverine. I think we're going to get a Wolverine, but that's all we've seen so far. So new Falcon, Red Guardian, M'Baku, Loki, Ghost, Nightcrawler. So Channing Tatum, Robert Downey Jr. That's the list. That's what's left. So real quick too, no Spider-Man, no Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
No Doctor Strange yet. I feel like maybe they're not going to be in it. Maybe they're going to be in part 2. But I did think that was interesting that we didn't hear about them. So now, take it. What are you excited for?
I think, honestly, we kind of made fun of it a little bit, but I think Channing Tatum will be like pretty good.
Well, because it's the only like fresh thing, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe I like it because it's new.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum will be cool. I'm excited about David Harbour as long as Thunderbolts goes well, which I'm more optimistic of now. Yeah. I am, and this is my last one, all for Fantastic Four actors because I want to see how they're going to bring them in from what I assume is an alternate reality, like an alternate universe world, which is their movie, and something will happen with the antagonist in their film that will like bring them over. Like Doom is Robert Downey Jr. Doom will find a way into Earth 616 and they'll have to like chase him down.
Doom will find a way. I think too, I wish we alluded to this a little bit, but I hate the way they announce stuff because now we know certain characters live.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
There's stuff that's like, okay, I assume Mr. Fantastic wasn't going to die in the first Fantastic Four movie, but like knowing that like Sentry is going to be in that movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like,
it's just
so weird.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize that because I think that's a really good point. And what I wish they would have done is announce who we're not going to see in the next year, right? So announce your Robert Downey Jr.'s, your Chris Hemsworth, you know, those actors. And then if they had just like waited till right after, Thunderbolts came out. If Thunderbolts comes out and they're like, that movie was awesome, like hopefully it's well received, it's a good movie, and then like, guess what? These actors from this movie are also going to be in Doomsday. Totally. Like that's a way to hype that. Like you don't have to release this all at once, and now you're like spoiled movies. It's just, it feels like this is just PR. They don't care about their movies. Like, and I'm not saying the Russo brothers don't care. I'm not saying the actors don't care. I'm saying whoever is in charge of this stuff, they just want to sell tickets, which I get. It's a business, but it's like, show a little bit of like, wouldn't you want to wait to get excited about it until you saw Thunderbolts? And then like, I like the Red Guardian. I thought David Harbour like is a great actor, but let me watch the movie, like his character, and be like, yeah,
and then get an update on him. Yeah, absolutely. It does feel like the PR team, whoever they are, is separate and just making decisions without the whoever they are.
Yeah,
making decisions without the directors and writers and all the people who are like crafting a story, and they're just like, hey, you know who else shows up? The antagonist for this movie, the villain of this movie. He doesn't die. He's gonna survive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Like what happened to a Guardians, like end of Guardians movie or end of Thor 4? There's 4 Thor movies. End of Thor 4 where it's like, hey, Thor will return. That's all you get. And you're like, cool, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, like Guardians of the Galaxy will return. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's also another thing. We're not getting any Guardians in Doomsday.
Yeah.
None haven't announced. So there's always chances for stuff like that. But yeah, because they said Star-Lord would return. But yeah, I could see us not getting that at all.
I think Dave Bautista is for sure done.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. He looks so good now. He lost all of his Drax weight. And like there's a little interview I saw of him where someone was like why are you so like tell me about your physique? Like you lost like 50 or 70 pounds or something like that. And he's like, yeah, it was really unhealthy for me to be at that Drax weight for so many years. Just like maintaining that level of body mass is not good. He's almost like he's in his 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just can't do it anymore. And I don't want to. Like, I'm going to die. And I was like,
yeah.
Dang, dude. But I mean, he's still ripped. Like, he's still absolutely shredded, but just smaller.
Yeah,
which is
smaller.
It's small. Dave Bautista is bigger than I'll ever be in my whole life.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like always compared to like this guy got like weak. He's puny now. It's like, no, just compared to like the mass.
He's still 230 pounds.
Henry Cavill talked about that once with his one of his scenes in The Witcher, and he's like, "It's like
yes, the bathtub."
Like, yeah, I wasn't gonna say that because it sounds like he's naked. You don't see him naked, okay?
Hey,
maybe you do. Maybe that's your thing. Go check it out.
Watch The Witcher.
Subscribe for more Bat Talk with Henry Cavill. But he's like, it's one of his scenes, and it's from like the game as well. But he's like, his arms are out on the tub, and he just like looks like all shredded. And he talked about how like, to get that definition, like even when you're that strong, to get that ripped look, it's like you have to dehydrate yourself. Like you can't drink water for like, I can't even remember. It seemed like a day or two.
It's like it's almost 2 days, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like there's a serious weight, like calorie deficit that you have to go into for like weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, just to prepare and be lean for the role.
Yeah.
And then absolutely, it's like a bodybuilding show. Bodybuilders will dehydrate themselves as a final little push over, so that their skin will like dry up and shrink a little bit, so they look more vascular and you can see the muscle definition better. Super unhealthy, and it's just crazy that like I don't know if that's pressure or producers being like, "Hey, you have to do this."
Yeah.
Or does he feel like he has to do it? I don't know, but I could never. Honestly, that sounds awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't drink water for like a couple hours and I get a headache, so I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So that's why
to go.
That's the only reason I'm not shredded for this show.
Yeah,
it's just like I'm not into the culture. I'm not into the dehydration culture.
I need my water.
So I need my water. Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, any other thoughts on Doomsday? I'm still excited about it. I hope it's good. I think we haven't gotten a bad Avengers movie, and I hope it kind of resets some stuff. But what I really hope is that we're either just like, I don't know, they just need to focus on good stories. Like, it's okay with the Marvel movies if a movie doesn't hit, just like kick it out, you know? Like,
sure.
If people aren't digging the character or the movie, like, just do another hero. Like, don't give us another Avengers movies until you have like, we've got a few heroes that people really love. Like, let's get it back together. And maybe that's done. Maybe the MCU is dead. Who knows? But
I don't know. People started saying that like for the last like 3 or 4 years. Like, I think it's over. And here we are still going.
Yeah.
We're about to find out.
I do have one more thing to say. Because I want to say this carefully, because I love the original X-Men movies. You know, we talked about Nightcrawler, Alan Cummings. Is it Cummings with an S?
Cumming.
Cumming. Insert joke. And I think, man, his opening of X2, when he like stabs the knife in threat to the president, is an incredible scene. Like, you don't know who this mutant is. You don't know what he's doing. And it's just like he invades the White House. And it is just such an amazing opening scene. And I love the original X-Men, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, and also these guys are really getting up there in age. I don't think we're going to have too many more movies with them. That's another reason I really hope we get that Hunt for Gollum movie. I don't think it's shooting yet, but it's close. And I think they said the last thing was 2027 for a December release for Hunt for Gollum. But I'm like, Ian McKellen could pass away before that, you know? But that being said, I want to get those actors while we still have them because they're awesome. We've gotten another wave of X-Men movies. I think if Marvel just started completely over and Doomsday, we got a original actor like X-Men team, I would be really okay with that. Like,
interesting. Like if Doomsday ended and it was a clean slate.
Or no, just like if Doomsday, we didn't get the old actors. Like the X-Men team that somehow finds their way into this reality is just a brand new actor X-Men team. You just got Beast, Cyclops,
intro.
Gambit.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're pulled in too, or however the X-Men come to this, you know, and like brand new team. I would be okay with that. And I think I'd prefer it, honestly.
You know what would be incredible is if they actually went somewhere. Let me restate this. What would be incredible is if they used the actors that are younger versions of the characters. They've had like, 3 movies of the new X-Men with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. Where did those guys go?
Yeah.
I know that the last 2 movies of that series didn't do well, but like those are really good portrayals of the characters.
Yeah, I love those.
That's yeah.
I mean, we know the X-Men Origins is my favorite movie. Oh, I'm sorry, X-Men First Class.
What are you doing?
That was a classic slip up when we were doing our favorite superhero movies, and I said X-Men Origins Wolverine was my favorite, and I meant First Class.
A Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. Like, oh, that's not my favorite movie. I take down the poster behind me.
You pause it. It's playing behind you.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
Let's wrap up real quick. So I know you haven't seen it, but The Electric State just came out.
Yeah.
And which I think this is very timely because it's directed by the Russo brothers. It's got Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown in it. Like I've said before, I really like The Critical Drinker. He's my favorite critic, and he's really harsh on movies, which is what his job is. But if he likes the movie, I know I'll like it. So that's a good reason why. But I think he's too hard on movies sometimes. So it's like I'll still watch them even if he doesn't like them. But he was really hard on this movie. He said it was a $350 million dumpster fire. So nice. I will say it's better than that. But it did make me kind of concerned being like, these are the guys, the directors, this Netflix seemingly gave them full control. And it's a fun movie, especially for straight, kind of like The Gorge. I'm like, I already had the streaming service. It's a fun concept. I liked watching it. And it was fun to talk about it afterwards. I watched it with my father-in-law as well. We just on vacation. That's why I watched a lot of movies with my father-in-law.
You and your father-in-law just crushing some movies.
We were just buddying up, and watching. And yeah, my brother-in-law as well. But my brother-in-law actually was the one that suggested this, The Electric State. He really liked it. But I think it does concern me that the Russo brothers, I'm like, okay, we really liked Infinity War and Endgame. And that's the same thing that Disney does this. They'll have a director who does one good movie and they'll be like, you're hired for our next project. And then their next project comes out and it's like, oh, never mind. You're out of here. Like, this has happened so many times. We've had Ryan Johnson with The Last Jedi, which that tells you how to touch executives are. They screened The Last Jedi and we're like, give this guy a trilogy.
Yes.
Right now. Don't even ask. Just give it to him. And then they were shocked when everyone hated the movie.
They're like, what did you do, Ryan?
But so I don't know. I think the Russo brothers have definitely done more good than bad. Did you know they directed a lot of the Community TV show?
You're joking.
No,
I love that show.
Yeah. So it's they're great. Love Community. It's probably one of my favorite TV shows of all time. But then, so I think they've got a lot of good, but then it's that wasn't an amazing movie. And it does concern me that, okay, the directors are coming off a bad, movie, and they're going right into an ensemble that has not been prepped. And it's like, I had to remind myself who some of these heroes were. And Doomsday, I'm psyched for Robert Downey Jr. to play a villain. All about it. I'm ready for another Avengers movie, but I have a lot of concerns.
Yeah. The water is choppy. Yeah, I did not see Electric State. I heard a lot of terrible things about it, and I don't have Netflix, so probably I won't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah. Did you see Mickey 17?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to do that real quick?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so another movie that I saw on vacation.
With your father-in-law?
With my father-in-law. Actually, I saw this with my brother-in-law and father-in-law, so shout out Ryan and Sam. So the way my family works is my wife's family is like when obviously when you have kids, like you can't always be together, and so like someone's got to watch the kids. So like Emma's option is never to watch a movie. Like if she has dad's watching the kids, she is going by the pool, she's going to the beach, she's like doing that kind of stuff, going shopping, that kind of thing. Whenever Emma's watching the kids, I'm like movie because that's what I do. I don't know if you know this about me, Andrew, but I actually really enjoy movies.
Do you like movies?
I like movies. Thanks for asking that. Do you want to start a podcast together?
No. So I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
For our audio-only listeners, I just gave the best sad face of all time.
Yeah.
So no, we did see Mickey 17 together, and this I'm really interested. So you have not seen the movie, correct?
Correct, but I have read the book.
Okay, so spoiler-free book and movie. So we're just kind of give some vibes.
Spoiler-free. Yeah.
We'll just kind of get some thoughts out, because I did talk about this movie with my family that I saw it with. We talked about it for probably like an hour and a half afterwards. Like,
cool.
It provoked a lot of interesting concepts. I think Edward was good in it. What's his real name?
Rob Pat?
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson?
He was Edward. One of
my favorite. Shut up. One of my favorite actors ever.
Are you team Edward or team Jacob?
I'm definitely team Jacob.
Yeah.
Edward is such a dumb character. I hate his guts. And it's not like I watched Twilight before I loved Robert Pattinson as an actor.
Yeah.
And I was like, Edward Cullen sucks so bad. He's so stupid. For 118 years old, he is actually 12. Anyway.
Well, anyway, so I bring that up because actually I saw an ad while we were on vacation that was like, it was an advertisement for like engagement diamonds, and it was the two different colors of like diamonds, and it was, are you team Edward or team Jacob? And I was like, how old is this reference? Like, are we still talking Twilight?
That's so funny.
Anyways, that's what I have to say. But yeah, so I thought Mickey 17, the concept was really cool. It was well acted. It looked pretty good, but I feel like it kind of fell apart at the end. It was just kind of too crazy of a movie for me, and the last half hour I just think fell apart. And I was just like, if it would have stayed with like the first half, I think I would have been into it, but the movie at least really fell apart for me at the end. And it was just a mess. Storylines got cut, didn't go anywhere. Like, main plots ended weirdly. Kind of hated everyone, and didn't really make sense. Like, even like relationships, like who ended up with who.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like well, didn't you betray me? It's like, well, yeah, but we're good now. That kind of stuff. So I do not recommend Mickey 17, but I'd love to hear what you thought.
Oh, you don't recommend it?
No, I didn't like it.
Interesting. Whoa. Okay. So, did you see Parasite?
Yes.
You did? I feel like Bong Joon-ho does that you hate every character thing well. Because there were no likable characters in Parasite. You maybe find yourself rooting for some characters.
Yeah.
But everyone is like distasteful. Like, they're all making bad decisions,
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that you would say that about like characters in a movie that he makes. Additionally, the book is almost exactly what you said. It is a cool concept, super interesting, gets you thinking about like the ship of Theseus. I don't know if they mentioned that in the movie, but that's a big thing in the book. Are you familiar with the ship of Theseus?
I think it's the first time I heard that name.
Oh, really? You've heard of it. It's the like Theseus sets sail on a ship to sail around the world or whatever. He's gone for 10 years, let's say. And while he's gone, he has to repair all the pieces of his ship that are like damaged and falling off and falling apart.
Yes.
And over the 10 years, he comes back and every single thing is replaced on the ship. Is it a new ship or is it still the same ship? And the book directly references that with the human body cloning mind upload stuff, which that's not a spoiler thing. That's just like the story.
The frustrating thing is I hear that and that makes so much sense. And I wish they would have told me that in the movie.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe then I will enjoy the movie once I get around to seeing it, having read the book. So second question, no spoilers. The book is called Mickey 7. So the main character is the 7th iteration of Mickey Barnes. Is that the case for this movie? Is you like the character you meet the 17th iteration being called Mickey 17?
Yes. Yeah, it's just the 17th version.
I'd be curious if the movie is a secret sequel to the book, because he continues on in a sense. Like the book could continue maybe, and he could continue getting cloned.
Well,
I don't know.
The movie, I'll say this, that it follows him on the ship, and then 17 we get to 17 when we reach the planet.
Oh, okay.
For the first time.
So they just did more numbers.
Yeah, for some odd reason. Maybe they like the sound of 17.
It was just more.
I'm on the edge of 17 myself, so.
Oh, I'm on the edge of glory.
Ooh, good one.
Well, I'm going to see it because the book was interesting and I love Rob Pat, so.
I could see that. Honestly, you talking about that stuff, I was like, man, that's so interesting. That clarifies stuff that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah.
And I love Parasite too. So that's my only thing with that pushback is like, yes, I agree. There's no likable characters in Parasite or like you don't like these people, but it was such a well-crafted, well-done story. So that's my thing. I'm like, I just think this was it's almost like I would say this is an editing thing. Like,
oh, interesting. Yeah. Like post-production.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my thing, but.
Well, cool.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's your thing.
You should. Heath is off the pod. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're on our live video show, you can see not Heath anymore because I just kicked him off the pod. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Subscribe, follow us on any of your favorite channels, and when we post things, comment on them, like them, share them. Mostly comment on them. Those are the most fun interactions that we have on a day-to-day basis. We post things almost every day. It's rare if we don't post something every day. So engage with us. It's a really fun time.
Today, comment on this video what you've been loving lately. Any of the stuff that you've seen or what you're most excited for coming out. Comment it. Cool. Do it.
I dare you. You devil.
You dare devil.
Heath, go see a movie.
Go see a movie.